good evening, and welcome to The Caring View, the online social care chat show bringing you anything to elevate, celebrate, and educate in social care. Mark, good evening. Before we get started and we have our little catch up, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to follow us on our social medias. Don't forget to search out for our podcast and visit us at www.thecaringview.co.uk for all of our content. Mark, it feels like forever since we've done this, and I feel like I've forgotten what we're doing. How are you?
Yeah, no, good. Thank you very much. I was just looking. I was like, it feels like it was a long time ago, and I was going back through the YouTube. It was December the 20th. So, yeah.
And if I remember rightly, that was the show that I actually did forget to do what we were doing, and we forgot to go live at the beginning of it. It was just absolutely horrendous just before Christmas.
We were merry on the pre-drinks.
Merry on the pre-drinks. So how have you been? How was your festive holidays?
Yeah, no, it wasn't too bad. I spent it at home, which was the first year I've ever done it at home. I normally end up traveling to the in-laws, then to my parents, and spending the day in the car. So, yeah, no, it was nice just to have everybody come to us and chill out in pajamas, not have to worry, not have to ferry the kids around all day. So, yeah, how was yours?
Well, mine will be. You know how mine was. Mine's been plagued by an absolutely horrendous house move, and I'm here now. It's over. We are there. We're on the other side. Things are looking okay. I'm happy that other side has gone. I sadly lost my nana around the Christmas period, so it was a bit of an awful sort of time anyway. But no, we're here and we're busy, and we've not been absent. I know we've not been live ourselves on the show. We've had two fabulous takeovers so far this year. We had Sonia Rai kick us off with Women in Business, which I think was just a fantastic show. With the Biscuitery, now is known with their rebrand, and you and I were lucky enough to get some Biscuitery biscuits the other day, which was very good. We had Helen last week for Relatives Takeover, which was fantastic. But in the background, we've been doing our podcast, haven't we? So we've had our PIR podcast, which has been really well received. Do go check that out on our podcast channels. You can find that directly on our website, especially if you're a registered manager going through your PIR currently. It is there to help. I would say, don't wait around for the single assessment framework. It's not coming this year, but that's not for me to say. That's for who to say. And we have just started a new podcast around inspirational leaders, innovators, and entrepreneurs. Who have we had so far on that, Mark?
So we were joined last week by Rebecca Coles, who joined the sector at 16, became the youngest registered manager at 22. And yeah, it was just a really inspirational chat with Rebecca about her journey through the apprenticeship, how she found it juggling kind of working and doing the qualifications, and then what it was like to actually become a registered manager at such a young age. So I think, yeah, if you haven't listened, I would definitely give that a check out because, yeah, it was really inspirational. I think for me, I love how she's utilising all of her experiences to educate other people that want to come into the sector or haven't considered social care as an apprenticeship route. So, yeah, no, definitely worth checking that out.
Fantastic. And we've got one that's going to go live on Monday next week, and that's with Charles Armitage, Dr. Charles Armitage from Florence, all about his journey from being an NHS doctor into starting up one of the really most successful social care businesses and enterprises we've seen in recent years. And that's a really interestingly talk for anyone wanting to start their own businesses. But Rebecca's talk really is the inspiration moving into the show tonight, celebrating social care, celebrating the talent in social care. So who have we got tonight? Well, who haven't we got tonight, Mark?
I was about to say, don't let me reel off everybody's names. So tonight we're joined by a champion in social care who are going to announce around Care Sector's Got Talent, which obviously you and I are going to be part of. Really looking forward to doing that again. We're going to talk about talent in social care, the importance of it first. So we're going to be joined by Angela and Sanjay.
Hello.
Evening, both of you.
Hi, everyone.
Good evening. I loved the green room. We had such a party in there, didn't we, Sanjay?
This is like Graham Norton, where you all come in a little half cut halfway through the interview, isn't it?
I'm going to go a cup of tea in my happy place.
We're going to have to rename it the Red Room because we painted it red.
Oh, my days. How are you both?
Good. You okay?
Very good. All the better for seeing you two. And I mean, all the better for knowing that Care Sector's Got Talents coming back. So what can you tell us about this year's so far?
Go on, Angela.
Oh God, this year so far, to be honest, it's been a bit of a whirlwind because it feels like it was only 5 minutes ago that we did Care Sector's Got Talent 22. So we've brought it forward to the first quarter this year. So it's going to be launching tonight, which is great, but I'm not going to steal anybody's thunder for later in the show. So we're going to be launching it tonight, and we have some amazing people involved this year, including you three wonderful people. And hopefully we're going to get lots and lots of people celebrating their talents and entering. And then we are going to go live. And it's going to be a big live. It's going to be a really big live. I'm actually quite scared at how large the audience capacity is. So, when you've got to start selling tickets, we've got to start selling tickets. So, this year is going to be bigger, better, and more brilliant than last year, if that's possible.
I was going to say, if that can even be possible, Angela, what everyone managed to achieve last year in delivering such a phenomenal show in quite an amazing setting with the people that we got together. So that was already huge, what we did. And to get even bigger, it's just mind-blowing to me, especially because everyone came together in that, in the real sense and spirit of what social care really means.
It felt like a family event, didn't it? I think even the contestants that we had were just amazing. So I think everybody came together and really did just celebrate. I think that just sums up the whole day. It was just a huge celebration.
What I thought that happened, which was actually quite phenomenal. Sorry, Mark and Adam. I love the way that if you just put me and Angela together, we'll just go off. There's
a remove button. Don't worry, Sanjay. I'll hit the remove if it gets too much. It's like that red chair.
But I think what really happened was there was the connection to the physical event where people actually were. And then there was the connection to the different care homes and different services and organizations because we streamed out to them. It made it essentially, which was really nice, a free activity for the residents to get involved with. It meant that your care coordinators, your planners, your activities teams were able to get involved without having to do a lot, but they could make it as big or as small as they wanted. So it was one of these really great events, which meant that residents got to have an absolute hoot. And the best bit is they really got to see themselves. So they got to see their carers, they got to see participants that receive social care. So it was a real full-on immersive experience, I think, which we in adult social care sometimes lack because we get forgotten about. So this was a really great way to celebrate. And I think it just echoes what Angela was saying about how important it genuinely was.
I mean, talking about, forgetting about it, social care in general is forgotten about. We're looked at as an unskilled workforce. We're looked at as an unprofessional workforce. But we actually don't really, even ourselves, when I was a manager, sometimes I would forget that my team were actually incredibly talented people. So how do we find the hidden talents of our team members and our workforce? Any top tips for people?
Can I go with this one, Ange? Right. Oh, and I say this as, as a managing director of a smaller business, it really just takes, first of all, that culture of letting people know that they are accepted. And there's a holistic element to that, which is so important. So we have a huge focus on knowing our people as much as we know our residents, because we put so much focus in on, knowing your residents inside out, the knowing me's, the care plans and everything like that. What we really want to do is show our values that they extend holistically. So we really focus on knowing our team, knowing their history. And actually, which is a really cute one, which I learned loads from that we did last year, is doing a knowing me for our staff and our staff team. So each resident in their bedroom has a little almost a one-pager on each and every single member of our team. And when we were putting that together, I got to learn so much more about them. And because of that, we've been able to say, oh my God, you play the saxophone? Have you ever thought about doing it for the resident? They're like, oh, I'm shocking. I haven't done it since I was 16. I'm like, I don't care. Let's do everything and get everyone involved. So I think knowing your people, knowing the people around you, especially where we've got a resident which I've been teeing up this year to enter. She sings with her daughter, and she sings a prayer every time and a hymn with every visit. And when she does that, she really comes alive. So we're going to try and see if we can get the resident and her stakeholder, her daughter, to enter.
That would be fantastic. And I can only just sort of echo, obviously, what Sanjay's just said. And I think that it's taking that time to talk to people, get to know people, to communicate. But one of the other things that I think is really important is that everybody feels as important as everybody else. I think, nobody's job is more important than anybody else's. We've all just got, a bit of a different job description or a different aim or objective. But actually, everybody's part of the same team. And I think when people feel part of something and they feel more comfortable, then I think, they're more likely to bring a bit of themselves to work. They're more likely to open up and tell you that they play the saxophone and that they sing and that sort of thing. And ask the residents, our residents told us about this housekeeper that we've got that's got this incredible voice, because she goes in and sings to the residents every day when she's supporting them to clean their room and stuff, So, it's about listening to people, and it's about bringing the best out in people. I heard something yesterday, and I don't know where I heard it, it's bugging me now, that it's, we're so fixated on job descriptions. And it was sort of saying everybody has to work to a job description, but isn't that just the basic stuff? Don't we want people to fly? Don't we want people to bring so much more to their job every day? And everybody brings something a bit different. And it's killing me because I can't remember where I read it. I went into the office today, went to the team. We've got to change our job descriptions, because we shouldn't be asking people to come in and be regimented. We should be asking people to come in and be holistic and be themselves and just bring something, that talent that they've all got, to work every day. I just think it's so important.
I won't get started on job descriptions, because for me, I wish we could just tear them up and not have them, because I think any of us that work in social care know that we're a jack of all trades. It's not, you can't write down what we all do on an A4 piece of paper. But Sanjay, what were you going to say? Sorry.
I think there's a real challenge as well that Angela, myself, and the rest of the team, the judges, I'm sure we'll get to that as well, is to really remember that a talent just isn't singing or an instrument or a performance of some description. It can be anything. So we really have to look at some of maybe the Got Talent franchises, not to be unnamed, but that we can see that, sometimes they have people doing artworks, people that do whether it's a dog performance and they're training with their dog, whether it's magicians or anything like that. So there's more diversity to it, and sometimes we just have to actually take these, like you said, these job descriptions put blinkers, don't they, on our eyes. So let's take those blinkers off of what we define talent as, because I think being able to create something fantastic in a 2 or 3 minute slot, be it a flower display or a painting, could absolutely qualify as well.
Massive. Somebody on one of those shows that shall be nameless smashed 100 melons in a minute.
Right, now, Angela, if you're up for the cleanup, that's fine.
That was their talent. I was amazed by that. It gave me so many ideas.
We can try that if you want, Angela. We can do that live, and we'll see what happens.
I'm going to try it at my next party.
We have been challenged to see how many cream eggs that Adam and I can eat in 1 minute, which was terribly bad. But yeah.
Oh, let's do that for our time. I mean, I can clap one-handed and turn my eyelids inside out. So if you want variety and diversity, I could bring the sort of grotesque circus of horrors element to it.
I think variety is important this year. I'd love to see, that comedy, that magic. Don't get me wrong. I'm the first person up there with a tissue when there's a good ballad, but variety is the spice of life, and it's certainly the spice of social care. So
I think it's going to become more like Cirque du Soleil. Hey, Adam. Hey.
Talking about comedy, Angela, would you rather eat a baby goat or a matter baby?
Oh God, is this like a real question? A baby goat.
You wouldn't eat a matter baby.
Matter baby. Why are you not laughing?
What was that, Sanjay?
What's the matter, baby?
Nothing, baby. What's the matter with you?
So basically, I should have said.
So we've got Adam coming out of his hosting capabilities and doing a comedy show. Just wait, I'm gonna get my Adam fan in a second for my next slot.
Oh yeah, everyone's going to have a fan on the day. Right, okay, we are to time at the moment, and we have got an amazing lineup coming up. So Sanjay, we will come and see you later on with our fabulous Sarah Hyman, but we're going to bring in Nika now, who is the new director of Championing Social Care. Nika, hello.
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 Oh, we're pressing buttons. It's been a few months. We've forgotten what we're doing. How are you?
I was like, as soon as I entered the show, where's everyone gone?
And it was a big Sanjay close up to sort of.
Yeah. Hi,
So,
everyone.
how are you finding Championing Social Care, Nika?
Let's start with overwhelming. there's lots now. In all seriousness, it's not even been 3 months, and it's been incredible, the impact on a day-to-day basis in the social care sector. I think it's incredible, and I am from the third sector, and I think it's all kind of like a big family to me, and I think we all are trying to do the same thing. But for me, in championing social care, to be able to celebrate the diversity of the sector by the way that we are providing like a unique and incredible platform, and Care Sector's Got Talent is one of those initiatives where I'm not only just a part of it, but I'm able to speak to people on a day-to-day basis as to how much it feels to them, how much it means to them. And there are powerful stories of how people in the care residence would talk about how they can be a part of this big initiative. But to be able to, enhance the profile of care homes, to be able to come up with fundraising opportunities. I mean, opportunities are in abundance in championing social care. It keeps me busy, very, very busy. I've also got 2 small pesky children, so they keep me busy too. So it's a busy time at championing social care. But I'm glad to be here. I'm glad to be working with some of the incredible leaders within the sector, including all of you. The ambassadors, the committee members within our organization are a diverse bunch, and I'm a big, big champion of diversity and inclusion myself. So I think it has been great.
I think you hit the nail on
It's been a whirlwind. It's a whirlwind.
It has been, hasn't it, Angela? Since the day I joined.
There's never a dull moment in social care. That's all I can say.
That is true.
So, Nika, we've heard from Angela and Sanjay around the talent that they kind of want to see this year. Is there anything that you want to see talent-wise from any of the guests this year?
Yeah, I think in terms of what I would like to, I think, reiterate and try and share as much as possible through digital, through all our channels, is the impact that we've made. Well, I say we've made, I think it was the participants and it was the contestants. I mean, one of the testimonials that I really wanted to share today with everyone when I was looking back, because I wasn't a part of the initiative at the time, but because I've been reading about it and, watching videos, which are absolutely mind-blowing. They're so amazing. But one of the contestants had said the positivity and the way championing social care celebrates the sector, bringing care leaders together with carers and residents, giving them this opportunity to get the limelight, to perform and to share their talents, make them feel like they're proud to be a part of the sector. And I think that really kind of, it hits the mark, and it's the most meaningful thing that I've heard within the sector. I think I don't know anyone who does not enjoy karaoke. If there are people who do not enjoy karaoke, like, what are you doing? Like, everyone enjoys performing. Everyone likes to tell jokes. Like, we just had a really great one. I was just like, I don't know what Adam's up to, and I can't even answer that question. Good, it's not me. But yeah, that was a funny one. But I think what I would like to see, Mark, this year, from my own perspective of working in the sector for a long, long time, and actually I am from the arts fraternity myself. I think it'll be nice to have more people with different demographics, if we can expand the outreach across the UK, across the home nations, if we can just kind of spread the word so that people realize that there's no pressure. All you need to do, all I've realized in the past couple of months of working very closely with Angela and with all of you, Angela, who's absolutely amazing and is very passionate about this initiative, is that we want to have fun. We want to have a memorable experience that we will remember. We'll go back, watch the videos, and we'll have a good laugh. And we would be like, this was such a fun day, and we want to be able to talk about it over and over again. And in terms of impact, how our mental well-being, we are all talking about the well-being economy at the point, and I think so it's a subject very close to, and when you are in the care sector, I think you can feel a bit isolated, and I mean everyone who's working within the sector, because it doesn't stop. It's constant. It's constantly evolving, but it can be stressful. And if we can spread the word, have more people come and perform, and share their talents with us, there cannot be anything more meaningful. But Mark, for me, I think I want to make sure that we expand outreach as much as possible across the home nations and have all sorts of talented people come and join us.
I mean, you know me, I want a magician. I think we need a magician this year. I want burlesque. I want classy burlesque.
Now we're talking.
I think that would work. I think there's so much we can do this year.
Absolutely.
Animal balloon making. If there's a balloon maker out there, I want to see on the spot animal balloon making, and we throw just animals at you, and you've got to do it, no preparation.
I think the world is our oyster this year, and can you imagine how cool it would be to have just each act of a completely different genre? It would just be totally amazing. So, do you want to hear when the performance is going to be? Do you want us to?
Yes, because this is going to be the biggest show this year, because Eurovision is obviously happening in Liverpool, and this is going to eclipse Eurovision. Even though Mark and I are Eurovision stans.
What?
You're a what? So, how are people getting involved? When is it taking place?
So, it's going live today. So, from today, our website is ready. Anybody out there that thinks, I'm going to have a go, please have a go. Nothing is not good enough. If it brings joy and happiness to people, then it is a talent, and we want to see it. So everybody can have a go. Take a video on your mobile phone. It doesn't have to be professional. Upload it to the website, which Nika will just talk you through in a minute. Entries. We are open for entries. And then I suppose the really important bit is to save the date. And the date of the final is the 20th of April, 2023. So you've got time to get practicing. You've got time to upload your videos. But save that date, because who knows, you may be a finalist, and we want to see you on the stage. And I just can't believe how big this is going to be. It's going to be at Derby Arena. So we've chosen Derby because it's right in the middle. Everybody can get to it. It's near the airport, near the train station, near the M1. And, we can fit a fair few people in there. But we're looking for sort of 10 to 12 finalists, depending on how many entries that we get. We will have impartial adjudicators that go through all of our entries and choose our finalists, and they have a really, really hot job. And then on the day, our wonderful sponsors, our two headline sponsors, who hopefully might be a bit later, Dan from Florence and Christoph from our procurement, they will be helping us and supporting us to bring to you this amazing final, which is just going to be full of joy and enjoyment and happiness. And oh God, it's just, can't wait. I'm literally so excited. And obviously we'll have our own Ant Deck, Adam and Mark backstage, getting all the backstage gossip.
I'm surprised we've been invited back, because I know last year Mark and I were all on joint mics, weren't we? And we were like two naughty school children. You know, give us a can of Coke and a bit of sugar would have been mental.
I had to take the mic out of my ear, Nika, because they kept eating crisps around my microphone. And so I took the microphone out of my ear, and Nye, who's sort of very strict when it comes to the AV, was trying to Angela! And I was like, there's my microphone swinging around down here because Mark and Adam had been eating crisps in my ear.
Oh, I'm so looking forward to it. I was just going to Mark very quickly add to what Angela was saying. So we are live. We are so very live on our website. Thank you so much. So if you visit the Care Sector's Got Talent page, or if you visit Care Sector's Got Talent 2023 page, right on top, you'll be able to see the form. It's got the profile where you'll be adding information about yourself, and then it's got the section on the talent. So it's very easy. I'm currently uploading my Bollywood dance video. I am doing it, Angela. And it'll be very easy. Like Angela said, you can take a video on the phone, but if you have any trouble, there is an email address written over there. You can just compress the file. You can send it to that email. And if you're still having some kind of difficulty, you shouldn't. It should be very simple to upload. Just send an email on the address written, change it at Championing Social Care email. I'll get back to you. And someone from the team will make sure that we've got your audition, your video, whether it's poetry, whether it's singing, whether you want to perform a nice dance, you want to do a stand-up, and, you know, balloon making, any kind of performance. Please,
I now really want a dramatic poetry piece. I now need like a sort of dramatic poetry recital. I'm gonna love
I would love it. I think it'd be amazing.
Can you remember the Friends episode where Joey did a reading of a book? Has anybody not seen that? It's hilarious. It's so hilarious. It's like a baby book, and he does this dramatic performance, and everybody's sitting there in tears. So definitely need a dramatic performance this year.
It's all over our social media channels now. If you go at @Championing Social Care, you'll be able to find it, but we will make sure that we keep promoting it on our website, so you are able to we'll make sure that you remember and do not forget and apply.
And I think I'd like to do a round robin. I put you kind of all on the spot. I think for anybody I think we have a lot of people in social care that have a lot of talents, and I know from experience of being a registered manager that it's really hard sometimes to irk those talents out of people, especially the younger generation, who they might be confident on social media, but actually doing something in person within the care home or with the people that they're supporting, actually trying to get those tangible talents from them. What tips do you three have for any managers out there that are watching that know they've got staff with talents, or anybody that is watching thinking, I'd love to enter, but I don't have 100% confidence to do that? And while you're thinking, I think for me, I look back at Series 1, and I remember watching that in the care home with the people that I was supporting. I remember having people dancing in wheelie bins from my memory, and it's just all about having fun. What we've all spoken about tonight, it's not serious. You know, you can come along, you can do whatever you want to do on that stage, submit those videos. But yeah, any tips from you guys? Adam, I'll come to you first.
I was just thinking to myself, that Natasha Bedingfield song, I'm not going to sing because I'm not a singer. I'm more of a lip syncer myself. But, release your inhibitions. Just let go of your inhibitions. And we always say leadership is from the top down, don't we? We always say that, people learn from the top down. So if you can act the absolute goat at work, and you can showcase what you do, and you can have fun and be relaxed and limber, and, everyone else is going to follow suit. You're going to give that encouragement to the rest of your team. So, don't be afraid to act the goat. There you go. Angela.
I'm just going to look at a bit of feedback that we got from last year, and 100% of the people that entered and were involved said that it improved the morale of the team in their home. 100%. So, as a manager, wow, what an impact that could have on your business, your home, your marketing, your culture, your values. And yes, it's great fun. Yes, it brings people a lot of joy and a lot of happiness. But as a manager, if you can support your team to bring out those talents and then achieve that camaraderie and that celebration, then for me as a manager, it would be a total no-brainer. I would be absolutely scouting out every bit of talent. But in relation to the second part of the question, which was if people were a little bit nervous, I have never worked with such an amazing group of people. That's the Care Sector's Got Talent Committee, and they all go out of their way to support the people that entered. I met some amazing people that entered last year and the year before. I'm still in touch with a lot of them. The support and the nurturing and the mentorship that you get through this program for me is phenomenal, and that is an absolute gratitude from me and Champion Social Care to everybody that gets involved and supports. So, like Adam said, just go for it. Go big or go home. Go for it, because you are talented, and we've got some amazing people, and we certainly want to showcase them. So let's have you. Come on, let's have you. Can't wait.
And Nika, last but not least, any tips from you?
Yes, very quickly, Mark. I think Angela's touched upon it, but I feel that I want to be part of an initiative where I do something that supports anyone's mental well-being. And I think you don't want to regret 40, 50 years down the line, I could have done that. I had that opportunity. You can go back and share a story or, talk about it. But also, people are not always necessarily enjoying every minute being in the sector. I think some days and sometimes, and we're still battling the aftermath of COVID. And I think it was difficult for everyone, but particularly for the care sector. And I think if we can enjoy and we can encourage others to have fun and to make memories, why not? It doesn't matter. On that day, whatever you're doing, however you perform, you'll remember that as a memorable experience. You're gonna have a laugh. We just want to make sure, and from my understanding of every video that I watched from last year, everyone seemed like they were having fun, including the planning committee members, including the volunteers, but especially the finalists, the contestants. Everyone was having so much fun. And I think if we can do that and have a story to share afterwards and have a good laugh, for me, I think that should be encouraging enough. And we want to create an example and set a precedent in the sector. Everyone can have fun. If there are any stereotypes around the sector, we should be like, no, hell no. We've got incredible, initiatives like these where we are going to have fun. And I think, there are stereotypes associated with every sector, but own it. For me, I'm just like, I'm all about Bollywood and curry. Why not? Is there anything more delicious than curry in this whole world? I'm being biased, but that is true. Also, there is nothing as fun as Bollywood. Like, seriously, if I get this opportunity ever, I'd be like, I want to apply and have fun. So for me, I would request everyone to please apply. If you have a talent or if you just want to come and even share a story, please do that. Just visit the link or reach out to us and we'll help you.
100%. It's all about having fun, and bring us nicely on to meeting the judges from last year, because I know that they definitely had a lot of fun right from the start of their journey on the train all the way through. So we're going to meet two of our judges from last year. So we're going to bring back Sanjay, and we've also got Sarah Hyman joining us.
Angela, Nika, please don't go away, because I want to bring you back towards the end of the show when we do the closeout with our final guest, and just to give it a final big push to get people on the show. But thank you both for all. I've got all these talents running through my head now, but we will catch up with you later on in the show.
Good.
Hello, both of you. Welcome back, Sanjay.
Hello, how are you?
We're good. Sarah, how are you?
I'm fantastic.
Good. So, judging last year, how did you find it?
So much fun. I think fun is sort of the word of the evening tonight, and that really does sort of say what it was. It was also quite a big honour, because I just sat there watching all these amazing people perform, and it was also really hard because we had to then pick just one winner. So yeah.
Now, I've been led to believe one of you's, I'm not saying it was one of the two judges in this room, but we had a Simon Cowell on the panel. Was there not a Simon Cowell on the panel, or are you all quite fair in your judgment?
It was Shax.
You just
No
sold him down the
hesitation.
river. You just sold him down the river. No, I think what's really interesting, and this is, Sarah, I'm going to tell them the truth. You read? Look at the fear. Look at the fear. So Sarah and I ended up on the train together, and as we were talking about the experience, we were really concerned that, you know, maybe we're just going to have to smile and fake our way through it. So we were coming up with some lines to be like, yeah, it's going to be fine. It's great. We didn't need one of them because actually we were blown away through the whole day. The whole experience was something so special. And whilst everyone uses the word fun, I've got a different word to add into it. And Angela mentioned it earlier, and it was a family, because I think what happens is we look at social care now, and those days of old where the local care home was your absolute competitor, and you'd want something bad to happen there. Those days are gone, and the whole sector is coming together as a real place of inspiration, learning from each other. And this is another way to celebrate that. And it's a really big familial atmosphere there, and it just helps us all really celebrate what social care is, which is like truly, truly an exciting place to be. And also I managed to find this just for Adam.
I absolutely love a fan. In fact, I want someone to come on and do some sort of like weird dances with it. I know, is it kaboku? In the comments, please. I don't want to be insensitive to anyone's cultures. Just tell me what that culture is, because it's absolutely phenomenal, the artwork they do with fans and their dances.
Absolutely. It'll be Memoirs of a Geisha Mark too, like with the flip and stuff that they do. But it will be amazing. And you wanted burlesque. We must have someone, you know, one of our over 2 million people that work in social care must be a really good burlesque performer.
And if not, I'll give it a go. You know, I might, you know, I could give it a go after each interlude, do a different talent. No, I'm not going to give it a go. I'm not going to subject anyone.
You bring the feathers, I'll bring the tassels. The curtains won't know what's happening to them.
I think for me, what I absolutely loved last year, and I don't know how you judged it, if I'm honest, because I just wanted to let everyone win. In fact, no, I wanted. I love Sarah Deep. I think it's amazing, but Olive stole my heart that night. I thought she was fantastic. In fact, I remember when she came backstage and she was like, "Oh, you know, I'm Olive, and I'm going to be singing." I went, "Oh, what are you going to sing?" And she went, "Smile." I went, "Oh, by Lily Allen." And she was like, "No." I don't think she knew who Lily Allen was, but she was just, and for me, that really showed the power of bringing the talent out of not only the workforce, but the people that we're providing care for, don't we? So, yeah, I think it's absolutely fantastic. Sanjay, if there are going to be any of your team this year, are you going to be biased? Is it going to be fair, you being on the panel? How are you going to judge them?
Oh, they're winning straight away, mate. No, God, not at all. I think, again, this is what's really exciting is, again, bringing that diversity of talents to the floor. So I know we've got a couple of singers. I know we've got people that do this or that. But what I really want to do is I think I've got, I know I've got somebody in our kitchen team who loves training dogs. So pending that, you know, Angela's venue that we've managed to secure is dog friendly, I wonder if we can get something like that going on. So I'm going to be talking to them tomorrow, encouraging for them to enter. And
is this like Crufts or Pavlov?
Listen, it could be anything. You know, I think even a dog just sitting there eating a bowl of food on stage is a win. Right? Like, who doesn't want to see that? And I think, was it in the first year, Louis, sorry, he's looking at me now. Louis was my dog, and he is my dog still. But he was there judging with us. And when the winners were there, he was like there dancing along, singing along. So it was really great. I think having that real creative flair might be fun. So we're going to see if there's anyone like that. But then again, I've got somebody in my housekeeping team who's an amazing sewer. So actually bringing in a sewing machine. It was on RuPaul's Drag Race a few years ago. There was an amazing talent where somebody made a dress in a minute.
Yes, I remember. Was it Jada Essence Hall? Either Jane Austen's or Monique Hart.
No,
one of the two.
no, it was. I can't remember her name, but it was Adao. No,
Monique
maybe.
Hart.
Maybe no.
Brown Cow Stunning.
Well, I will remember, and I'll text you in a minute on the chat.
Talking of the chat, Angela has been in there. It is dog friendly, so you know who let the dogs out. Let's get it. Let's get some canine acts in the show this year.
I want to see a dog doing an assault course. Maybe 2.
I don't know why my mind automatically went to the army. Then I was like, "What sort of assault courses do dogs do?" Oh, get them in,
Louis,
Sanjay. Come on.
are you gonna go in for this, Lou?
I think I'd quite like to see a dog doing salsa.
Yeah.
Maggie would be perfect for salsa.
My dog is too unruly. It'll be up this day, it'll be everywhere. Yeah, there's no way I'm putting my dog anywhere near it. Sarah, what kind of acts would you like to see other than dogs this year?
Okay, so I think everyone's already touched on it. We want diversity. We want something different. More of a question would be kind of what do I not want to see? Because I want to see everything and anything. I was thinking about just now, maybe some cooking. We could have a cook-off.
The quickest ice caking thing, cake icing thing,
cake decorating. Yeah, love it.
Anything to do with cake, I'm down.
I'm a bit of a sucker for some magic because it kind of blows my mind. Maybe we could have someone sawn in half. You know, anything, everything.
Who's gonna do the notification?
Could we bring him on stage? Am I allowed to say that?
Health and safety.
There's loads of really fun ideas, and I think taking it back to the team, and who was it? Mark, did you suggest this? Asking your residents to identify something that they've seen in your team members. That could be a really fun and engaging process or a question during a stakeholders or a residents meeting. So I'm definitely taking that. The other question is, does that mean that Sarah's team, they're in care because they publish and they write one of the most important publications that there is in the whole of the care sector? So Sarah, have you got anyone in your team that you're throwing in the mix?
Well, actually, we have got a few musicians in our team.
See?
I'm looking forward to this.
Maybe we could all come together and have our own band.
I think Caroline walking in half of those heels that she does is a real talent.
That is a skill.
That is a skill.
So before we bid you both adieu for the night, and it's been wonderful to have you here, have you got any hidden talents yourselves?
Okay, so this is going to be completely random.
We're pre-watershed. Just
absolutely pre-watershed. Sarah knows this. I am an absolute shoe fiend. So actually my talent is being able to polish a pair of shoes. I can bring anything back to life. And I love it because actually I do it with the residents as well. So we have a little bit where
you polish the residents' shoes.
No, we all sit together because care homes are quite feminine places quite a lot of the time. So sometimes having something that's like for the lads and for the boys, and this is something that they were used to and part of their daily or weekly ritual. So quite often we have this little kit club. So we've got all the gear, and then everyone will sit down and we'll just basically have a really nice chat, a drink, and part of it is we'll be polishing shoes. It's really good for dexterity, and they're really used to bulling them up, so they're super shiny. So it's not basic. This is quite complex stuff here. So that I would say that's probably my talent.
Definitely out of the box thinking there, Sarah. Any hidden talents from you?
Things that I'm allowed to say pre 9 o'clock. I'm actually a retired thespian, so there we go.
Are we going to get like a Shakespearean soliloquy from you?
No, I gave up. So yeah, actor, singer, dancer, triple threat.
Oh, have we got a future EGOT in our presence? If you want to go back into it.
I like judging. It's fun.
Well, honestly, thank you both so much for joining this evening. I know we're going to be catching up off camera soon, and I really cannot wait to see you both at Care Sector's Got Talent for your harsh judging styles that we had from last year. I'm joking, you were lovely. So it's going to be absolutely wonderful. We will see you all in the future, but thank you much for joining and have a good evening.
Well, thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. So we have now got some of our previous competitors, finalists, contestants coming on to talk. And as they come on and have a conversation, we'll also be joined by the sponsors, Christopher Marr and Dan Blake, in a little while as well. So, Mark, do you want to do the introductions for us?
Yes, so we've got joining us Robert and Carol. So let's bring them in. Good evening, both of you. How are you?
Very
Hi,
well.
great to be here.
Oh, and we forgot Nye. How can we forget Nye? Nye is fantastic.
Hi, Nye.
So nice to have you here as well, Nye.
Thank you for having me.
So, Robert, Carol, how did you find the experience? So were you from last year, weren't you? Yes. Yeah. How did you find it last year? How did you find entering and the process and just the experience in general? Robert, if we come to you first.
Yeah, so it was very easy process. Made a quick video with kids running around, asked me what I was doing. So made a quick video of me playing a piano, managed to easily compress the video because obviously first time it was a bit too large to send, but I was advised the route forward to get that video in, and then it was a case of hearing back. And the lovely bit was the surprise element of being announced because it was totally out of the blue, and it was such a lovely thing to be involved in. So I would highly recommend it to anybody for your own personal enjoyment. You get a day off work probably as well.
And I must say, you tickle those ivories very well. I'm very impressed by anyone that can make easy work of a piano. Carol, what was your talent? How did you find it?
Well, mine was actually videoed incognito. I was singing at one of the care homes where I was working at the time, and I didn't know that one of the coordinators had a sneaky phone with her, videoed her and said, you really need to enter this. And so that's how my entry actually came about. So it was, again, like Robert said, really easy to upload, and I just sent it away and thought, yeah, you know, just another day, I'll have a go and see what happens. And when I got the call from Angela, well, I think you can remember seeing my video. I was absolutely gobsmacked, and just the being part of something so incredible was wonderful for not just me. It was for the team that I was working with, and also the residents across the group were so impressed and so proud to know that one of their own was going to be part of something really truly amazing. So I can't speak highly enough of the experience. And the actual final, I couldn't make it because I had a dreadful tooth infection, and I thought, that's it, my chances have been lost. But the clever people at Champion Social Care done something amazing, so they let me film at home and let me play at the live final. So I was still a finalist, which was, again, something so incredible and something that I was really proud of, and I'll forever be thankful for the opportunity that I had.
I think that clever person was sat right to your left. That was Nye. Nye, how did you find it all with all the technical bits and pieces going on? We've obviously heard from Angela already that Adam and I were munching away in her ear and being silly. How did you find it all, collaborating it all together?
I think when it's really nice to see Carol and Robert again, because one of the real nice things about Champion in Social Care was that inclusivity. There was a lot going on at the time. Carol, I recall emails about your tooth infection and having to record things, but actually we were determined as a committee that everyone that was a finalist was going to perform, and I think that was really important, having that adaptability. And as Angela said, really pulling together. I think anyone, Sarah in the green room, will know that anyone that performs together, there's something special about a group of people. We all go to conferences and events and award ceremonies, don't we? But this is something a little bit different, because when a group of people come together to create a performance, at the end, there's no feeling like it. You know, when you take our last bow or the audience applause, I think there's some special camaraderie. I think whether your contribution is in the performers like Robert and Carol, or someone like me lurking in the shadows, pressing buttons, hoping that they're in the right order. I just think that's a real special thing, and that's the real beauty of Sector's Got Talent. Is it sounds a bit cliche, but you are creating such a community.
Oh, go on, Adam. Oh, no, I was just going to say I completely agree, and even backstage, you know, we had all the contestants there, but there wasn't any competition at any moment with each other. It was like a family feel. Everybody was kind of huddled around, talking, listening to each other, listening to, you know, we had some singers last year, people were practicing, and yeah, it was just a really nice atmosphere backstage. Adam, I'll bring you back in.
I will say I was a little disappointed. I was waiting for some drama to be kicking off backstage. I expected, you know, like when you get into your judges' houses and stuff like that, and you're like, oh no, I love a bit of drama. No, I'm joking. It was absolutely wonderful backstage, and obviously we don't have the winner from last year with us tonight, the fantastic Sarah Deep. But now I wondered if you might want to just say something on Sarah Deep's behalf.
Yeah, sure. I mean, Sarah Deep actually works for Hallmark, but as mentioned earlier on, so works for the company that I work for, but although part of the committee, totally independent process. So I was as shocked as anyone that Sarah Deep was in the final and indeed won. I think Sarah Deep's story really crystallizes what this event is about. I don't know, some of you may be aware, but we found Sarah Deep's talent quite by accident, and listening to some of the stories tonight, it was kind of one of those instances. So he didn't work for us, and he came to one of our events, an event at the care home, and he plays the Indian drum very, very well. And came to the event, was playing the drum, went inside the care home, got hooked on it, thought, this is brilliant, I love social care. So can I have an application form and can I apply? You know, in the social care sector, we often talk about recruitment challenges. There it is. Came to do something, played the drum, loved it. 6 months into working in social care, we nudged him to send in a video for Care Sector's Got Talent. He came and he had a great time, and he actually won the competition. But through his talent, you know, he's been able to do that. He's had such an incredible time. We joked the other day because he's actually taking bookings. So off the back of winning Care Sector's Got Talent, he obviously opened the Care Show, which was an incredible experience for him. He loved it, and has been invited to many other social care events as well, because I think people see the importance of what Care Sector's Got Talent is all about, and raising that profile of the talent in social care. So I think it's safe to say that Sarah Deep's he's very busy at the moment, and his costume is getting a good outing every now and again.
Well, honestly, last year's show was just incredible, and it was wonderful to see your acts, both Robert and Carol. I think you were both amazing, absolutely fantastic. And Nye, hats off to you for that technical masterpiece. I don't know how you managed that. It was really eye-opening to see it from behind the scenes. You know, it looks simple on camera. Get a good-looking lady on stage in a fabulous dress, and you think it's all going to be nice and simple. But actually, no, that was mammoth. So huge props to you for that, and looking forward to seeing what you cook up for the show this year. We are going to bid you adieu for the night, but thank you all for joining us, because we are now going to be joined by the sponsors of this year's show. So as we say goodbye to Robert, Carol, and Nye, we're going to bring in Dan Blake and Christoph Marr. Mark and I are new to, not new to this, but Mark and I are new to the madness of having so many people on this show, and I think we're both adding and moving people as we go along. Dan, Christoph, good evening. How are you both?
Yeah, I think you're doing a pretty good job. It's pretty slick.
Yeah, here.
Right, let's start off. Where are you from, Christoph?
So I am from Marr Procurement. So we are the care sector procurement specialists. We work with lots and lots of care providers across the UK to help them cut their operating costs. I guess the real reason to be involved with this is because I share the same kind of sense of fun, which I'll come on to in a minute, within our own business as Care Sector Got Talent does.
If you tell me that Marr Recruitment has burlesque dancers within its workforce, I am going to be absolutely ecstatic.
I can tell we've got a head of happiness. We don't do burlesque, not yet. Anyway.
Dan, where are you from?
Well, I grew up just outside Croydon, which is a fact that people don't know, and I don't like to admit too much. But you know, in my roots, I don't support Crystal Palace. So no, but I work for a company called Florence, and you introduced at the beginning. You know, what we do is we help care providers and care workers. When care providers have a gap in their rota, they go on our product, post a shift, and hopefully gets picked up by a local care provider, care worker, or nurse. So that's what we do, and we've built and scaled that over the last few years to be across the UK, and very excited to be supporting this initiative as we did last year.
So, for both of you, why is it important for you both to sponsor this event? Dan, I'll come back to you first.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah, sure. Look, I think we like to, you know, we want to be in the background here. This is not about us. This is about the work. For us, it's more about the workforce, the care workers, the nurses, people that work in the kitchens, domestics, etc. You know, and I think you alluded to it, Adam, at the beginning. You know, the sector is broadly not understood by society. Still today, if you ask the average man on the street what is social care, I don't think people would give you a very consistent answer. Which is ironic because probably at some point in our lives, all of us will need some sort of care or support as we go through our journey. So for us, it's about, you know, allowing this thing to happen to hopefully raise the profile of the sector and some of the opportunities in it for the workforce, and doing it as if we can be part of that. And, you know, one more person joins the sector, then that's for us is a great success. It's also fun. Most of the events that we go to aren't as much fun. So it's good to be involved with the fun people. And Adam and Mark, I think you keep it lighthearted, and that's a really good thing.
Definitely have to be lighthearted. Christoph, what about for Mark Procurement?
Oh, I wish I'd gone first now. That was such a good answer, Dan.
You can say the same thing.
There's a few reasons. Look, I do agree with giving social care a much bigger profile in society. I think that is hugely important. I think it's starting to get it. So I think that's important. I think this will help achieve it. Of course, it can introduce lots of fun. I love the word family earlier. I think it's true. And it gives a lot of people the opportunity to feel part of something. That's a pretty cool thing. But it's also a really personal reason for me. My mum is now in care. And I guess what I've learned is the importance of not feeling lonely, about being active, about having fun, about laughing. And when I saw the Caretakers Got Talent clip, it must have taken me about 5 seconds to message Angela to say I've got to be part of this. So there's some personal reasons, there's some I guess big structural reasons to do with society, but I think it's just a lot of fun, and I quite like the fact that, and we've seen it on this call actually, we're not taking life too seriously. I think there's a lot to be said for that.
I think you bring up a really, really important point, though, Christoph, and it's one that I know Mark and I have conversations about this numerous times, and we've had this in sort of stronger conversations with people who've questioned why we do what we do. And actually, social care touches everyone's hearts. You know, you don't have to be directly using care yourself. My nana had care up until the end of her years. So just because I work in social care does not admit me from being a care user. It doesn't admit me from having that first-hand experience. And we've got to realize that actually it's a life force in this country, and we're all a part of it. You go to the supermarket and you reach the top shelf for someone because they can't reach it, and you give it to them, and they're in a mobility scooter or something. You've been part of social care. You've been part of their life into allowing them to live independently. So I think it's a fabulous reason, Christoph, and commend you for it. So we've all had our say in our sort of jovial terms of what we want to see in the show this year and what sort of talent we want to see. And you're drawing a short straw by coming towards the end of the show. Dan Blake on the guitar. Right, we'll come to you then, Dan, first. What talent do you have, and what talent would you like to see on this year's show?
Well, I'm actually very fortunate. I am incredibly talented in many things. So it's almost, the list and the choice is probably quite long. Maybe I'll send you a list and you can pick. I mean, it could be from languages, juggling, magic, music. I'm very happy to pick any of the above. But, as I say, it's not about me.
Comedy, evidently.
I don't want to steal the stage. Maybe I'll do a stand-up. Actually, that's a good point. I can do like an impression of Angela or something. Maybe I'll do that. Yeah, stand-up comedian. There we go.
Can we have a snippet of that now?
I need to work on it. I'm not an improv guy. That's one thing I'm not good at. But what would I like to see? I think I think one of your guests earlier touched on it. I think it's good to see a good variety, right? You don't have to be Beyonce, because it is probably a bit overwhelming. There are some very talented people out there. So, I think giving it a go and having fun is the main thing, and a variety of things. And if you do something that's a bit different, that is a talent. So let's see that. But yeah, I'm very happy to take part. I'll give it a go, at least in the heats. Maybe not. Maybe I might not make the final.
And we keep talking about the variety, and this is no detriment to anyone else who was in the show last year, apart from Robert, who was on the keyboard, obviously, the piano. Sarah Deep, our winner, was the only non-singer, non-musician in the show. He was the only one doing something different. So do something different, you stand out. It's a diversity game in the competition. Christoph, any hidden talents?
No, absolutely not. And I'm very happy to be backstage and not on the stage. I'm much happy behind the scenes. I think, look, in terms of what I'm looking for, which I'm going to quickly move on to, move away from me. I think I want to get a sense from someone, just a sense of fun, personality, someone entertaining, someone doing something a little bit different. They've got a real passion for. I love the idea about seeing lots and lots of different kinds of acts. I do love watching magicians. But yeah, look, just variety and a bit of fun, someone who's a bit inspiring. I think that'd be fantastic.
I completely agree. I definitely want to see some inspiration.
Yeah, I think if I may make a final point, I'm sure lots and lots of people watching, thinking, do I join this? Do I not? Do I take part? Do I not? And I suppose everyone's just got to give it a go. I think the more people who are just going to do it and have some fun, I think the better. And hopefully certainly for me, this call is kind of given across that kind of vibe. This is a really informal, kind of casual, fun thing that everybody's got to be part of. So if someone's out there watching and not sure, just do it. Go for it.
I think you touch on a good point there. And I think even, I've got 3 young children, and even for people that aren't in the sector, actually to watch it live, if you've got children, it's actually a really good thing to actually have in your own home for your kids to watch, because actually, last year and the first year it might not be this year, but so far it's been child friendly. So yeah, it's something that the whole family can get involved with. But
are you going to get your children to compete, Mark?
I would definitely bring 2.
Is that allowed?
Don't be shy. One of yours was at the Albert Hall the other night.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. No, Wembley. Yeah, she was there last night in Wembley singing. Yeah. So
close enough.
Yeah. I definitely wouldn't bring my youngest. It'd be too much of a risk.
My cat plays fetch. I might bring him. I might bring Chunky George with me to play fetch on stage, the cat that thought it was a dog. Look, Dan, Christoph, I think it's an absolute privilege to Championing Social Care for you both sponsoring them. Without you two, this probably wouldn't be as possible as it currently is. I know the talent's out there already. I know the passion and the dedication is, but you two are making, lives matter here. You're making, opportunities for people. And, we're just listen to what Sarah Deep achieved after last year's performance. And that is in part to the sponsorships of this show. So, thank you so much for coming back this year and sponsoring it. It's going to be great to catch up with you both at some point around it as well. Are you both coming to the final this year?
Yeah, absolutely.
Hopefully.
Fantastic. Well, hopefully we will see you there. Maybe you can come to mine and Mark's Anton Deck Corner. I'm sure we'll have some embellishments and some little blow-up toys. Blow-up toys like we had last year. Freudian slip, I didn't mean that.
Edit this out.
Yeah, you can come and join us in our little corner of naughtiness and get told off by us and Angela at the same time. Thank you so much for joining us.
And thanks to you two guys for also doing what you guys do, because it, for this especially, it does, kind of bring it together and create a bit of fun. So, it's not easy being Ant and Deck. Who's Ant and who's Deck, by the way?
Well, Ant and Deck, little and large. Little and large is probably easier to point out. It could have been the Three Stooges, but there's only 2 of us. But yeah, no, it's wonderful to have you back and sponsoring the show this year. Thank you so much for joining us. Right, we have Good night, both. We've sadly not got Sarah Deep with us this evening, but we do have a clip of his winning performance from last year. So please do stay with us. We're going to play a clip now of Sarah Deep's winning performance. Then we're going to be joined back by Angela, Nika, and Kevin. Kevin was part of the winning team from the year before last, and we are going to have a fabulous sort of sing-off on our way out of the show. But before we do, I'm just going to bring up Sarah Deep's performance from last year.
This is Sarah Deep.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome.
I don't know what the game plan, but I've seen the body on Instagram. But all of you are better than you know what's next. Now it don't really matter who you came with, so come by with me solo. We can turn it up from the
ਤੂੰ ਫਰੂਟ ਸੋਣੀਏ ਵਾਈਬ ਤੇਰੀ ਮੇਰੀ ਮਿਲਦੀ ਆ ਲੱਗੇ ਕਿਸੇ ਪਰੀ ਦਾ ਸਰੂਪ ਸੋਣੀਏ ਤੂੰ ਸੁਣਦਾ ਦਿਲ ਦੀਆਂ ਟੈਰਸ ਦਾ ਟਾਪੇ ਤੂੰ ਫਰੂਟ ਸੋਣੀਏ ਵਾਈਬ ਤੇਰੀ ਮੇਰੀ ਮਿਲਦੀ ਆ ਲੱਗੇ ਕਿਸੇ ਪਰੀ ਦਾ ਸਰੂਪ ਸੋਣੀਏ ਤੂੰ ਸੁਣਦਾ ਦਿਲ ਦੀਆਂ ਲੋਕੀ ਮੇਰੇ ਹੱਸੇ ਸੁਣਦੇ ਤੂੰ ਸੁਣਦਾ ਦਿਲ ਦੀਆਂ ਵਾਈਬ ਤੇਰੀ ਮੇਰੀ ਮਿਲਦੀ ਆ ਵਾਈਬ ਤੇਰੀ ਮੇਰੀ ਮਿਲਦੀ ਆ ਲੋਕੀ ਮੇਰੇ ਹੱਸੇ ਸੁਣਦੇ ਤੂੰ ਸੁਣਦਾ ਦਿਲ ਦੀਆਂ ਸਾਰੀ ਗੱਡੀ ਕਾਲਾ
Starting early with us, Kevin. It's lovely.
Go, Kevin!
I didn't even know I was on. I was watching it.
Don't worry about it. I mean,
listen, Adam, Mark, and what have you done to me? Hey, Nico.
Hey,
I think massive props to Sarah Deep for that
I'm
performance.
telling my wife, can she sing along to us?
I think it was a great playing, Kevin. It was like it was meant
How
to
long have we
be.
been on? Seems like it's been on a time. Wow. Was that last year's winner I was watching then?
Yeah, so Sarah
Yeah.
Deep last year's winner.
Fantastic. It was great.
Yeah, he was. It was amazing. It was electric, Kevin, and it was, you know, it was live. It was something that we couldn't do when you guys.
Yeah, because we had
joined us.
just come out. Well, we was on lockdown, wasn't we? So, and that was great. Do you know what I really liked? That your stages, like the it's really Care Sector's Got Talent now. The judges panel there, and that looks great. Because we couldn't have that. It could be last time, and that's so.
No, we missed.
Well,
and it was,
it was
you know,
like this now, wasn't it? The
we
Zoom.
got to meet on a few occasions, Kevin, didn't we? But actually,
we
that
did,
was
yeah.
after the first show. So,
Yeah.
but Kevin was one of a group of amazing people that had formed a choir during COVID. But
Stronger
I'm
Together
sure,
community choir.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure Kevin will be able to tell you sort of all about his story and his experience of Care Sector's Got Talent, because he's much better at it than me.
Yeah, well, the Care Sector's Got Talent. First of all, big thank you, because you know it does change lives. The Care Sector's. I remember the CEO of Future Directions, where I work. She sent me this email and said, "Kevin, what do you think of this? Care Sector's Got Talent. Do you think that you could, you know, do something for this?" And I just written this song at the time called "Stronger Together," which was about, you know, going through the hardship of the COVID times, and I wanted a positive message. And she said, do you think you could go in for this? And I went, "I'll try." And then that's when we sent off the tape. And then I just got the choir together probably a few months before that, and that's what led to me getting everybody together. And when I said that there's a care sector's got talent, and we got a chance of winning, and we go in for it, and everybody's morale was amazing. And my job is to go around the service of Future Directions, going to people's houses, where people who can't get out and make a difference to their lives, playing the music and just having a laugh, really, just speaking to people as human beings, and also the staff, lifting the staff morale as well. But one of the main things is, for me, is the care sector's got talent, is that it's showing off the talent that's within the care sector, that there is a lot of talent out there in the care sector. And I think you guys have done an amazing job in doing that, and saying, look, this is, it's giving people hope. And you have really done that. And Adam, Mark, Angela, and I must admit, you really, really did look after us when we went to the NEC in Birmingham. A big thank you tonight, because there was quite a few of us, and it was nice that you was able to sort everything out for us, and to stay over and everything like that. And it was an experience that you could only experience in your wildest dreams, and it's made such a difference to the people's lives who I see, look after. And I'm on about the people with additional needs, and also the staff who look after the people as well. So it's not just, it goes out to everybody. Do you know what I mean?
Your song just stuck in everybody's head for such a long time, and you were just such a wonderful group of people that it was our absolute pleasure to get to know you. And so, we weren't looking after you. We were part of what you were doing, which for us was such an honour. And, the fact that we're still here having these conversations, Kevin, just goes to show what we were talking about earlier about that family feel and those relationships. And
absolutely,
the fact that it's personal. Care Sector's Got Talent. It's personal, and for me, that's why it's so different to everything else. So, and you were our first winners, and I can always remember Morton from Sequoia. He was just like, "Something's good." No, I'm not going to ruin the surprise case, Kev, but he absolutely loved it and was just singing it all the time. It was so.
But
so
what was
fun.
really nice, Angela, is that people still talk about that today, and it's made some people who it's give a lot of people worth more than you could ever know. And I see this, you know what I mean, and the people how they talk about going to Birmingham, and and the experience they had, and the people, they said, they was all clapping for us, and we was on stage and we was singing, and they get so excited, and it's such a beautiful thing, and that lingers on long after, this is nearly two years now, and it's still fresh in their memories, as though it was yesterday. So, it's an actual beautiful thing. And some of the people from the choir, which is actually grown now, really, really grown, and it's great that Future Directions really get behind me on that and let me use my gift of music to help people there. So I just you really see the difference that winning the Care Sector's Got Talent, and not just winning, but the journey all along the way along is. I would really say to anybody who's thinking now about joining the care, to just submit whatever you've got, like Adam was saying, and Mark, and it doesn't matter what you do. We all have our gifts in different minds. Music, I wish I could tell jokes, but I'm rubbish, and I wish I could juggle, but I can't, and and do magic, but that's not my thing. That could be your thing, who's watching now, and that's the important thing. But don't be shy, just send it in, and if there's a few of you, do it together. If you can't do it on your own, you've all, everybody who's watching now, you can do it. You just need to do that first thing that Angela and Mike and Adam and Nico are saying, is just send it in. That's all you've got to do. Send it in. let the rest take care of itself. That's all I did with the amazing community choir. So.
Yeah, definitely. And it's a perfect segue into my next question. So, Kevin, we'll come back to you in a second for our close out of the show. So make sure your vocal cords are warmed up and your fingers are nice and limber. Angela, Nika, before we disappear for the night, huge thank you again for putting this Care Sector's Got Talent on for us this year. We cannot wait for it. Give us the dates and times again. When can we enter? When is the deadline? When is the show?
Well, you can enter now. Can't you, Nika?
Do it now. Yeah, it's like, go ahead, Angela. Do you want to tell the date, and then I'll just give some details?
Entries are now open for Care Sector's Got Talent 2023, and they will be open for a while. We will let you know the closing date very, very shortly, but you have got, a good space of time to do this. And then the live final will be held at the Derby Arena on the 20th of April 2023. Between it's going to be an afternoon show, so 2 to 2:30. But if you are going to enter, keep that date free because we want to see you on the stage. We will be streaming it out again this year, so everybody can watch and get involved. Let's make it an afternoon to remember. And Kevin, bring your big choir now and enter again.
Yeah, you have to.
Well, if believe me, Angela, if I can, I will. So, but it'd be nice to see all those other people out there giving them a chance. And there's loads of so many talented people, isn't there, Angela? So,
Nika, any final words for us this evening?
Yes, Kevin, that was so powerful. And I just want to reiterate, and I want to remind myself as well, but yeah, it does change lives. And it really is just so simple. And, it's been so incredible, and I've only been here a few months, and I'm at this very moment during this show, I feel so privileged and so happy and too honored to be a part of this incredible initiative. And I hope everyone who's watching us right now, just please remember to just apply. It doesn't matter what happens. And I want to say very quickly, echoing what Angela said, we want to make it memorable. If you are feeling like you want to apply, but you have some doubts, you have some apprehensions, the email's there on the website. Please reach out. We'd be more than happy to talk to you. Make sure that you click on the link, you apply, and you submit the entry. If you're having any technical issues whatsoever, just email us and we'll get back to you as soon as we can. But please do apply. There is no deadline right now. You've got a good few weeks, so make up your mind and apply quickly, and we'll be waiting for your entries. Thanks so much, Adam and Mark. Thank you so much for today. This has been just so incredible. I'm so touched. I'm just like, I want to apply. I'm part of the sector too now, and I absolutely am so thrilled thinking about what to do. This has been amazing.
I think the final words that I've got is for anybody thinking whether they should enter or not is actually just listening to what Kevin's just said about the impact. I think we live in a world full of data and digital and regulation and risk assessments. And actually, Kevin, what were you 2 years ago? The impact is still going strong. So actually, that's something that our regulator can't ever create. That's something that actually in the world of social care, we don't get the opportunity to do every day, is to make a difference to somebody's lives. Yeah. So if you are hesitant or you want to just think, should I go for it? Should I not? Is just go for it, because actually it's going to impact the people that we're supporting, your staff teams for years to come. It's going to be a talking point for a long time.
Thank you so much, Mark. And I just want to say a huge thank you to absolutely everyone. So we've got Angela, we've got Nika, obviously we've got Kevin with us. I want to say a huge thank you to Sarah Deep, even though we couldn't be with us tonight. Dan and Christoph for sponsoring. Sarah and Sanjay for being our fabulous judges. And we've got Carol and Robert and Nye from previous competition, and Nye, the amazing mastermind behind the technical mysteries of how this show is put on. Mark and I will not be live next week. It is Valentine's Day. We are spending some much needed time with our loved ones, and we hope everyone else is too. It is a time to pause and reflect, though, on how we can provide a little bit more love for social care. And maybe we will put something together in the near future. We have got a brand new podcast going out next week with Charles Armitage. So please do check that out on our podcasting site and our website. Don't forget to subscribe, follow us on our social medias. But I know you're all waiting for this now. We are going to close out in style with Kevin Phoenix. Kevin, take it away.
Thank you. And just before I go, I would just like to say big thank you to the care sector. You guys, you're all amazing. And, you know, without you, and this song is called Stronger Together. The care sector's got talent, and everybody in the care sector, the NHS, we are all stronger together. So I'd just like to say big thank you to you all, and off we go. Stronger together, no matter where we are. Well, if you're on your own tonight or traveling near or far, one happy family, that's what we are. We're stronger together, no matter what the weather. We stay safe, we've made history. We made history. We made history by staying home, stayed safe. We made history. We made history. We made history by staying home. Ba-ba-da-ba-dum, 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 ba-ba-ba-ba-bum, ba-ba-da-ba-dum. Future directions, but always putting people first. We're going the extra mile, making all those people smile. Well, all you key workers and all of you who are at home, and we made history. The NHS means the world to you and me. Stayed safe. We made history. We made history. We made history by staying home tonight. Well, we made history. We made history. We made history by staying home tonight. Ba-ba-da-ba-dum, ba-ba-da-ba-dum, ba-ba-da-ba-da, ba-ba-ba-ba, ba-ba-da-ba-dum, ba-ba-da-ba-da, ba-ba-ba-da-ba-ba. One day we're gonna look back at these times when we all joined as one, with no more pollution, just love fills the air, protecting the vulnerable ones. All together now, stayed safe. We made history. We made history. We made history by staying home, stayed safe. We made history. We made history. We made history by staying home tonight. Ba-ba-da-ba-dum, 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 ba-ba-ba-ba, ba-ba-da-ba-dum, ba-ba-da-ba-dum, ba-ba-ba-da-ba-ba. Sector's got talent, yes they have. And if you don't know what you're gonna do, I think you need to send in your talent. We make